Hi there everyone, thanks to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. So tonight is just the truth about his feelings. Pick a card. You choose a number, 1 or 2, and the timestamps are in the description box below. What's the truth of his feelings towards my channel viewer? What's the truth of his feelings towards my channel viewer? Reconciliation, creation, Queen in reverse, curses in reverse, hierarchy upright, and divinity upright. Okay. We have fight upright. I don't know whether you noticed, but there was a little bit of a standoff last night, and I didn't notice it until I'd picked up the video later on, where we were doing a God's feelings reading, and some bad cards were drawn, and there was a little bit of commotion. So if you look at deck 1 again, you'll see that, and you'll see how the camera turned to the left to the witch deck, the witchcraft deck, and then it turned back and I had to fix the camera and it settled down, and you'll see exactly who he was looking at was Samuel, and he's like the bad guy in the mix. But if you progress the video and you look at deck 2, you can see where the Samuel card has been flipped on its head. So that's a little bit of the divine for you. That was fun. Okay, so this is deck 1. If this reading resonates, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, and my Fiverr account has a few more options for readings if you'd like to take a look. Okay. So I really get the impression from this deck that he wants to reconcile with you and look after you properly. Maybe he got my lecture from last night, my scathing review of my reading. Gosh, that was a little bit of expressive, wasn't it? But anyway, the Queen is in reverse here. So his concern is over you. principally over you, not over his wife or his partner. He's got a wife or his partner, but she's been flipped. So I feel there's some sense that's been talked into him. Because he's feeling really protective towards you. I think they must have been thinking about having another kid if you know them to be together, but then he doesn't want that anymore, and he doesn't want that anymore because he wants to break up with her and he wants to get together with you, because he's starting to realize that she's involved in some bad juju and it doesn't fit his life. Of course, it wouldn't fit anybody's life. It's quite a noxious practice, and I feel like he's just found this out about her, and it was quite a sudden breakup. It's like she was trying to make out that she was the good guy. She was the lovely, sweet, humble. If you ever met her, and I don't know if you would have had the opportunity, but it depends on what type of third-party situation you've been in, of course, and what type of contact you have in that respect. But this is a woman that can be very, very nice on the face of her, really sweet. You wouldn't even guess that she was a little bit dark. And when I say dark, I mean she would have dreadful mood swings. She would be awful when it pleased her. And I feel that he's being brought to consciousness. Now, this is getting really strange because last night we did our God reading, and he gave some sensible advice. And I was on a tirade at the beginning of that. Could have been a little bit of influence from the divine, but anyway, I don't think he'd talk like that. But anyway, this is amazing because we were just on the telephone line to God last night, and all of a sudden she's been flipped, and he's starting to recognize his folly because he wants to reconcile with you. He's starting to realize that you're the one he's loyal to in love. You're the one he loves. You're the one who makes him happy, and you're the one who makes him feel stable. And he's turned away from the witch, because remember when we were doing the God reading, God was saying, I can't move this relationship forward any quicker because he's involved with some bad juju, and it's, it has to be worked through. Well, today it's been worked through. Today the curses card is in reverse. The Queen is in reverse. And divinity is upright. A new beginning in divine love. A devotion, a happiness, a prosperity. Everything you could ever want. Now that's you, but that's not him. I feel that you've you know, we've been seeing in these readings how you've been very firm about rejecting the prospect of bad juju or her bad influence or her negativity. You've been very firm in that. And the other readings have shown that there's a very earthy type of royalty to you, something very unique, which tells me that you're a strong person, but also you have a lot of faith in spirit, in your spirituality. And it's saying here that you've done all your work and you are very committed to yourself because you trusted in God. So what's happened is he's woken up. He's rejected her accursedness. Now you can look at this in a lot of different ways, because obviously not everybody has the same belief as me or somebody else about the negative universal energies. But it says in its most simplest form that he's rejected her nonsense and refocused on you. You've left whatever she tried to do, whatever, negativity she tried to bring into your life, you've left that in the past and you've been focusing on yourself. That in turn has brought your person to a point where he feels that he can be strong for you. And now he's at the point where he wants a reconciliation. He's starting to understand at the moment how much this woman that he was attached to tried to hurt you. And it doesn't sit well with him. And he feels very protective of you in this card. Like he wants to start a new relationship now. A proper relationship without her interference. So he's told her off. He's called her out for her negativity. He's basically told her that she's a bitch and that she has to go. You at the present time are feeling very self-focused, as we saw in the reading last night. So it's hard to say how that will pan out into the future because his plans aren't your plans. But it shows a lot of promise at the moment. So, yeah, that was an excellent reading. And it's a really good follow-on reading from last night, deck 1. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My Fiverr account has a few more options for readings if you'd like to take a look. Okay, so this is deck 2. What is the truth of his feelings towards my channel viewer? What is the truth of his feelings towards my channel viewer? But I just want to see, just want to check, did God think of his reading, doing the reading last night for my channel views? The Lovers card came out. He enjoyed it. He gives his blessings. Okay. So we have truth, peacemaking in reverse, games upright, night women in reverse, creation in reverse, and reconciliation in reverse. These cards are telling me that there's been a breakup in this situation, quite a harsh breakup. I feel that you're a person that wants justice in their life. You're no longer willing to move forward in a love relationship with this man because he played too many games with you. I feel that there's been some negativity in this mix. A lot of negativity, some bad juju, an unwillingness for you to reconcile with this man. There was a time when he made you extremely happy, you made one another extremely happy. But he also is not willing to resurrect this relationship. I feel it has something to do with the fact, if there's no bad juju in that mix, I feel it has something to do with the fact that he's gone back to his bad boy ways. And you know that. You're the first card. So I don't feel you're watching this and you're saying to me, that you're disappointed. It's like you had something very serious. I can see with the creation card here that you were building something like a soulmate connection with this man, but it was turned on its head. So I feel he doesn't want to return to you. But your feeling on it is that you know that there's some negativity here. He's gone back to his dark side and you're not comfortable with it. I feel there's a mother in the mix who can influence him to a great extent, more or less. So this reconciliation with his mother has turned the tide. I feel he could have gone back to a former partner, a former lover. He's gone back to his mother, he's gone back to his former partner. He's in strife again. You brought justice into his life. You brought love. You brought peace. You brought fun into his life. You brought loyalty into his life. You brought perspective into his life. But when you separated, and at the point that you separated, something changed. He lost his balance. And I feel you did your best, but you couldn't pull him out of the mire. You potentially had all the power to pull him back upright, but there was a separation between you. In the past, you were very devoted to one another, you were loyal to one another, and you loved one another. But these women are back in his life, and they are bad news. This turn of fate is not bad for you. It is good. I'm getting the real impression that these women involve themselves in something quite dastardly. Not only are they negative as people, but they involve themselves in something that's dark. Because the night women worked for the light, and the night women card was in reverse. He's eroded. They've managed to erode his happiness about you both, his devotion to you, and his loyalty to you. Not only do I feel that this is a permanent end between you, but I also feel that you don't want him back because you know there's something about this situation which is bad news for you. With all these cards in reverse on the bottom line, it kind of gives me a really bad feeling. Like you could have been in danger with the Peacemaker sword in reverse here if you'd continued on being in contact with him, because not only are these women possessive, but they have control over him. So I feel it's in your interest to keep doing your spiritual work if you're that way inclined, and to really focus on cutting this man out of your life. They essentially have him surrounded, and however it is they can influence him is supported by dark forces. But I don't feel me telling you this is disappointing you in any way, because you stand here with a firm understanding of the truth, and you're just keeping a watchful eye, because you know that this lot are bad eggs. Okay, so that was deck 2. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. I have a couple of services, a Fiverr service and a website service. The website service is a PayPal service if you'd like to email me for a reading. And the Fiverr account, you just need your Google details to log in. See you next time.